Here's people, I am 30 and welcome back to Return of Caesar here in Crusader Kings III. The Return of Rome of the Ancients. Playing as this tall, bearded man who doesn't look like Caesar at all. Yes, he doesn't at all look like Caesar. Okay, and before we go on, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on the future uploads in this campaign. We took one county, I remember, in the last episode. And we also have this faction thing happening. I think this will go down though, because they're actually below 80%. Pardon me. I think I become a king, I get one more domain limit. So that is like by itself a reason to try and create the kingdom. If I remember correctly. Yes, I can change this now as well. That's great. First I'm going to go for thoughtful, and then I'm going to go for this. I want to go for truth is relative, so we can get the hook on the emperor. And potentially when we are going for an intrigue focus, I would like to kill some people. So we found the barracks finally. We're going for Casus Belli. It will happen in 18 years. This will happen in 36 years. One of you said in the comments that I need to focus on learning as to make sure we can increase the tech. And I do agree with you in many ways. Trust me, I do. But right now we just need to focus on surviving, and that's the main focus. That's more important than changing to learning and focusing on the technology instead. I really don't think that's the most important thing right now. What I want to see is how old are... Because I want to replace my wife. Aurelia became awful though. So I would prefer not to marry her. She can marry someone else. But I would like to marry my niece eventually. Which I know sounds terrible, I know. Trust me, I do know how terrible that sounds. It sounds absolutely disgusting. But this is Crusader Kings III, and that's... It's kind of common in this game. It was also kind of common back in the day that people married people of their own family. It wasn't uncommon at all. Simply because, really, you need alliances and stuff like that. And you also need to consolidate your wealth. And in consolidating your wealth, you often need to marry your own family to keep the wealth inside the family. So it didn't go out because you had to pay dowries and stuff like that, and which really emptied your coffers. So they generally wanted to marry their own families because of those reasons. My glory is widely known. We can also spend on a new legacy, and I will go on this one. So I want to reinforce my family tree line, bloodline, as many ways we can. I also want to give my condolences to the British people that might be watching this for the loss of Prince Philip that happened today, of the day this got uploaded. And also to the people that belongs to the British Commonwealth, if you did like the man. So, he was a very remarkable man indeed. So he's going to be missed. Okay. I saw that right the second before I started uploading this, that's why I mentioned it. Justinian, you can keep that name. Justinian is a good name. He was a good emperor as well. Justinian the Great. He did give name to plague as well though, which is not as nice, but... We are no longer ill. I have pneumonia. I have Witch Coven, of course, that could try and keep me alive. And he made me a little brighter. That's a huge boost. I think I'm going to stay alive. I'm only 21. We have Witch Coven. I am a giant. But yeah, Witch Coven. We are feeling poor, but hopefully we will stay alive. He becomes bossy. Martial or stewardship? When it comes to Caesar, it will make more sense with martial. When it comes to Crusader Kings III, it will make more sense with stewardship. Because stewardship is a very good line to go down because you gain a lot of money, and if you have money, you also get claim throne. So I'm actually gonna try and make my son into steward. It doesn't really make sense through history. Yes, I know, but I have to look like what makes the most sense from the gaming perspective. I'm not gonna roleplay every single aspect. It's not like I have roleplayed that much already, so I shouldn't even say anything. So try and set up some money. You are trying to, of course, convert the culture. I remember. I would like some more claims, but I think I'm gonna try and save up to become a king first. We can just get rid of this because I think king is +3. I think. I'm not entirely sure. He will not become my friend. That was a good try. You are incredibly strong, you know that, right? And he would actually like to be my friend. We are both, if I can find the words for it, we are both pagan. Yes, we are his, Slovanska Pravda, Slavic fate. I have no idea about anything when it comes to that fate. I'm sorry, guys. Who's Paulinus? Why do you want to kill him? I would like to keep him alive. He actually has good traits. He's a drunk, but he's beautiful. And we no longer have pneumonia. Great. I love it. I'm also incredibly strong. You want to invite me to a feast? You hate my guts. Yes, you know. I hope you remember the fact that you hate my guts. He's become a bit fat. Or a bit drunk, rather. Okay, can I ask for another council position? How do I leave the council? He looks a bit drunk. How do I leave the council? Why can't I do it? I want to see if... Okay. This guy became this because of he forced himself into that position. I'm the only good one at anything inside this entire court. This court sucks. I have really no chance of killing this guy, and I can't replace him, so I might as well just try and stay this. I wanted the monthly lifestyle experience. Try and make this go quicker. That's why. I'm going to save my money, so we have some more Roman culture. I'm going to try and keep on promoting it, because that does make sense to do. Hopefully people stay Roman as well. Like it. Roman children. Child of concubine. Doesn't really matter. They can marry whoever they want to. What we might try and do though, we might try and take Carthage. Because I am strong enough to do it. It costs a bit of money to transport my troops, but I think we could. I want to take Carthage. It's going to make it easier. Take us up to the point where we could potentially reform the fate. We cannot take Alexandria as it is right now, so I'm actually going to go for Tunis. I'm going to try and take it. I know I'm going to waste money on transporting my troops throughout the water, I know, but that's not the same sheikdom, so it doesn't really matter. But still, I want to take Carthage so we can eventually reform the fate. That's what I want to do. So you... How much will it cost me? 40 gold. That's okay. But we're actually losing gold when I have raised my troops because I can't pay for them. Because my income is terrible. And apparently having raised armies on ships costs more. I think is that a new thing? I don't wanna be recently disembarked on top of those people. Yeah, I don't want to. An overheard whisper. My wife is pregnant, by the way. An overheard whisper and sharp glare are the final pieces that make the puzzle fall into place. My cousin Aurelia is more well versed in the art of intrigue than she would have anyone believe. To know there's a woman like that at court makes me rather nervous. However, I might learn a lot if I can get her to trust me. I would like to do that. Didn't I marry you to someone? Apparently I didn't. I thought I married you to like someone good. He's beautiful. I prefer people with 2 traits. He's a giant. I should probably get a mod that stops giant from being a terrible trait. But I haven't done so far. Yeah, get married to that beautiful man. It takes many days, but at long last I coincidentally stumble upon Aurelia while she's alone. Lady Aurelia, I have been meaning to... If you walked into a room to find your spouse yelling at a young page for dropping a plate, what would you do? Is she testing me? She is gluttonous, fickle, and humble. She's a planner. She's a planner. What would a planner do? I would... Hopefully this works out. I'm terrible at those events, just to know. She pauses, thoughtful, before continuing. In the middle of a march to battle, just as you are setting up camp, an officer approaches you to ask what should be done with the spy that has been caught. Obviously, the spy has some answers to give, in time. I was waiting for my recently disembarked to go. Her eyebrows creep down and her gaze grows cold. You make a decision, say that all taxes in account will be raised, and it comes to your attention that one of your vassals openly questioned that decision. How do you react? I don't really know. I'm terrible at those things. I'm just... She frowns and takes a step back. I would appreciate it if you did not approach me regarding this again. I'm terrible at those things. I suck at those events. Let me tell you, I suck at them. Because we are still recently disembarked. How long are we there for? Another 10 days. Befriend, respect, and admiration. I know I'm wasting a lot of money from this. Yes, I am. I know. It's actually better. Apparently he's not. Okay, that's weird. And apparently he's quick as hell. He's incredibly quick. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the fort run, I guess. Someone's trying to kill my court Circa. I think he's married to someone. Yeah, he's a genius. It wouldn't really matter if he did that though. He's the father of the person. He became my friend. Good. Someone's trying to kill my sister as well. I'm sorry if you can hear the church bells in the background. It's nothing I can do anything about. It's not up to me if the church if the church wanna ring the bells now or not. It's entirely up to them. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this guy for now. We are well supplied because we're below the supply limit. That's awesome. We could host a feast or call a hunt. I won't do any of those things. 4 months away from taking Tunis. Okay, someone lost a liberty war. Interesting. We just have to wait and see what they're going to try and do. Hopefully try and attack me. I would like to kill them. Yeah, this is like a stupid thing that the AI event does like all the time. They just attack you all over and over again. We gained a daughter and she's actually amazing. A liberty faction against the Emperor. With a Basilius. Could demand payment from her, which I will do. It's a stronghold, so we can actually demand payment more than once. Something I should remember. So that's good. It's almost paying for the war effort. Seeing as my troops went down a bit in size, I actually gained more money. I'm getting more money and income. Okay, so we took this down. Someone's trying to scheme against Paulinius. We captured the counselor and a child, which I will ransom. And I will also try and kill this person's army again. And I might just try and take this I'm gonna take this first, so we control the entire war goal. Why are you doing that? He's a stupid man. He's a stupid one. And then they actually became strong enough for this to be a thing. Because I lost troops in this war. It's going to be over with soon, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to be over soon. How's this other war going? He's going to lose. He's just going to take this place, it doesn't really matter. It has nothing to do with me. No, it didn't. Thessalonica gained this. So that's the only thing that happened. So it's okay. It also means that this siege will be worth more because they only have 2 counties, or 3 counties. So we won. And now we control Carthage. Which, it's a very good holding. Would I want to keep it myself? I want to try and stay within this area, preferably. But I really want to give it away. It's Carthage. You can construct a grand cathedral. No. Why can't I build a grand cathedral? That doesn't make sense. I wouldn't want to build one. But a grand cathedral is actually better than the grand temple in many ways, as we can see here. When it comes to money and stuff. It doesn't give levy though, that's like the difference. This one gives levy, but I usually prefer money. So I'm gonna hold on to it for a while. The faction went away, I'm strong enough. My strength actually went up, because apparently Tunis is worth a lot. No, it's not. I just gained more levy for some reason. That's weird. But let me see it. If I want to reform the fate, we would need a lot of piety first. If I want to reform my fate, what would I want to do with it? I like this, but I also want to be able to convert people. This one is okay, I guess. Divine the stars is not. It's from a roleplay perspective, it does make sense. The Romans had a head of fate. They had a pontifex. The Pontifex Maximus. He was basically the head of fate of the Romans. They didn't really care a lot about what he was doing. It was a political thing, really. But that's basically it. Communion. Seek indulgences from the head of fate to pay gold in exchange for piety. Okay. Conversion resistance. I feel like I need to check what. I don't want to human sacrifice people, it doesn't make sense. Legalism. No. County conversion speed goes up. I kind of like the things that we already have, but witchcraft is accepted. That's something I want to keep. This is only shunned. Yes, I don't care about those things. Male dominated. I have no problem with that. County conversion speed goes down. Less likely, reduced danger of heresies. Righteous. Fundamentalist. No. That doesn't really make sense with the Romans. We have no head of fate. Oh, okay. It would make sense not to have head of fate and just be it myself. I have no issue with keeping the concubines. Or I might want to take them away. Because it becomes kind of an issue when you have to. I lose prestige from not having enough concubines, and that is just. I don't want to have concubines because I get too many children, and I don't want too many children. How is he so goddamn strong, by the way? Because of those alliances, which I want to break up. I want to break up his alliances somehow, because I'm allowed to imprison him for some reason because he has done something. but he would not accept it. What I want to do is murder him, though. But I need to focus on becoming the king first. The king of Hellas. That's the main focus point. But now we have the... Pardon me. Now we have at least had a possibility of converting the fate, which would be a great thing. New perk for lifestyle, and truth is relative. Thank you. And now, Emperor, give me a hook. I wanna decrease my taxes to you because I'm paying a bit too much. Someone is trying to kill me. Flavian, what are you doing? You go in my jail. You cannot do anything to this faction. Yeah, I want to save this up. Well, would I like to get my levy back from the Emperor? That's the question. What would I would like to change first? I would only get about 400 men. Or I would get how much money? 1.4 gold per month. I probably want to get my levy back first. To be honest. Although I can't really pay for my levy, but I want my levy back first. Titus can be created. I could actually create the kingdom of Epirus as well. But I would prefer the kingdom. It's a smaller kingdom. It's a terrible kingdom. But it's a good kingdom. It's Sparta and Athens. I love it. From a historical standpoint, I love the location of that kingdom. I love screaming at my family, by the way. We do it all the time. Okay, so my niece, how old is she now? She's 15. Would I like to marry her? She's a genius, she's hale, she's pretty. Or what is like the key? I have a good heir. He's not terrible. He's intelligent at least. He's going to be stewardship focused. He already has good traits. Do I want to marry my niece? Probably not then. I think she can marry someone else. I think it's okay. He's married, you're married, married. You're very small. You are castrated. Probus. You are possessed with one eye. Which is a bit weird, by the way, but okay. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of like storm things going on in Sweden right now. There's a lot of wind outside. You might hear it in the background. I do hear it, so. What does Frisia do down here? That doesn't make sense whatsoever. To be honest. Are the Carlings around? Yes, they are. They're around in Burgundy, in West Francia. Not here. Not here. Not here. They're around in Bavaria. They are not around here. Okay, so the Carlings usually just disappear all over the place for some reason. We still have the Macedonians at the helm of this empire. This drunk, wounded man. A dark night, I can truly make out the shadows in my castle's hallways come alive. The perceived risk for unsanctioned visitors rise ever higher for every unguarded corner spotted. If I alone can see this many faults, imagine what more people with similar perspective could do. I don't want to... It's only 10 months. And also, thinking about this, I could try and just make this happen a bit quicker if I have my Spy Master help out. And speed this up and also increase the likelihood of it happening. My agents have made contact with Sergia, a servant in my liege castle. With the right incentive, he is willing to start some whispers about him not being near as noble as he seems. This is... I don't want to get caught. But no matter what I do, I will lose secrecy. But nothing happened. Good. That's good. So this is what you should do. Titiana, an expert in discreet arts, had been all over my castle, scaring both servants and courtiers alike when emerging from the darkest of corners. Huddled around her notes, a detailed plan for increased security is slowly taking form. I already feel safer. Improved defenses. You can keep her. She's old, but she's a character, so it's good. You always want to have as many characters within your realm as possible. Usually. For some reason, either I became stronger or he became weaker. I'm not entirely which way it goes. This guy actually likes me. He's a Roman, but he doesn't like me enough. Because we are unreformed and I am over my domain limit with 2. Imagine if I weren't above my domain limit, I would have a shit ton of levy. So Anastasius, he is handsome and a genius. That's awesome. By the way, how old are my niece now? She's 16. And she's really not that good at stewardship, because she became a military woman. So, okay. Who could she marry that is good enough for her? Are there any geniuses? There are geniuses around. Things I want to reinforce. Genius. But I also like her to marry a Herculean man. Just get some more things going on. Yeah, thank you. There's a lot of factions. Hopefully it will not be any issue for us. My income, of course, that's a big issue for me. I like having good income. And you died under mysterious circumstances. Someone killed you. My steward. My dear steward got murdered. This might actually make this guy like us. He's actually a Roman, and for some reason he doesn't like us anyway. Not rightful liege. Because he's the Count of Rosenza. I see. That does make sense. That does make sense. But no matter, you are my steward now. Okay, I lost opinion of someone. I don't really care why I should care about that. I don't really know why I should care about losing opinion about someone. I don't even know who that person is. So it's actually okay. Come on game, give me monies. Speed up a bit, just so we can get to 500 gold. Someone is trying to kill Hadriana because she's an adulterer. She has a kinda good daughter. Although I can see why people wouldn't like her because she slept with someone else and gained a daughter. Where is this? I gained a barony for free, but I don't particularly want to keep this. So no. It's really good. But I do want to create the Kingdom of Hellas. Even though the Kingdom of Epirus is a better kingdom, I want to create the Kingdom of Hellas because it's a nice kingdom. It's sentimental value. And it makes me into despot. I am now a mighty despot and I need... What do you mean too many duchies? I'm allowed to hold 2 duchies. Why did I gain a 3rd duchy for? I gained the Duchy of Epirus for free just because I... No, I held this for a long while actually. Oh, right. Who would I like to give this to? I don't want to keep too many duchies because as we can see the opinion penalty for holding too many duchies are insane. Are there any Romans within this place? She's Greek. He's Roman, but that's another duchy. That's the problem. This is Cephalonia, right? Yes, it is. But I think I'm gonna make him into Duke anyway. So you are going to become the Duke of Epirus. Why won't he be transferred? I guess I could keep him below me. It's okay, but still. And yeah, we gained 1 extra domain limit. So we're only 1 above now. So that's good. This Liberty faction became insanely strong though for some reason. Someone joined in. Why do you join in? Why do you hate me so much? You want a seat on the council, but you suck. This man is just terrible. I really want to kill you, but I first want to get my hook on the Emperor before anything else happens. Yeah. Yes, I could. The thing is, though, they will eat him up. They would eat him up if I did that. He does desire it, though. Here you go, have fun. He's going to love me at least, that's something. But they're going to eat this guy up. He's not going to survive this. He has some allies, I guess. That's something. But they're going to eat him up. Poor guy. He's not going to survive this. Schema discovered. Amelius, you want to kill your wife. Go ahead. Yeah, we're a despot now. We are a king of Greece. We are the Roman king of Greece, which doesn't really make sense, but that's the way the world is now. The Romans rule over Greece, and the Greek people rule over the Roman Empire, I guess. Which doesn't really make sense. We should also have a CB on you now, because I'm a king. No, because this doesn't actually belong to Hellas, it belongs to Thessalonica for some reason. I took a terrible kingdom, by the way. Look at the size of Thessalonica. 9 counties. No. Even more than 9 counties. 17 counties. Hellas. I don't even know how many counties Hellas has, but not 17. But I still wanted this kingdom because it's Hellas. It's a nice kingdom. And I think I am probably the strongest vassal that you have. I really miss the ledger that we used to have in CK2, where you could see your size in comparison to your liege. You could see the relative size of everyone within the realm, how strong they were in comparison to their liege, and that's something I do miss. It was easy, accessible like here somewhere. You can see the relative strength. Your relative strength in comparison to your emperor, or your liege in general. Okay, so Roman culture is getting on everywhere. Could get some Roman culture as well here in Tunis. 30 years! Why? Why will it take so long? Why does it take 30 years here? Nomads settling here. What's that? What are you talking about, nomads? Enthusiastic nomad settlement. Until forever, almost. Ugh. If I try to do this, 34 years. Almost be as quick. Why is this so slow? Hellenism, pluralist. Okay. Development, we are an unreformed faith, which of course makes it more difficult to do things. I see. I guess I just gonna keep on promoting the culture in other places then. Easier places, like here. Euboea. There we go. And I'm actually going to take a break, guys. We became a king finally. In the next episode, we're going to try and keep on expand and become strong in comparison to the emperor. And then I will not take the entirety of Greece. I probably want to try and take more things in Italy. Potentially try and take on the papacy eventually. I'm a pagan, but the empire itself is not pagan, so you can't do holy wars against a Christian from another Christian, and they will attack my liege. So as long as I take the papacy while being underneath the empire, it's going to be safe. I think. It's a big if. And then I want to move my capital to Rome, obviously. I probably want to move my capital to Athens as well. It's a better city than Mistra is. I know someone mentioned this before that I should do it. And I do think I should do it as well. So I'm actually going to make Athens. It is the de jure capital of Hellas, making this move allowed even if the capital has previously moved. I'm going to make Athens into my capital. Yes, I did. There we are. We are the king in Athens. Awesome. But make sure to like this video if you have enjoyed, guys. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And leave a comment down below if there's something you want to talk about. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. take care.